Mutants is a post-apocalyptic kung fu fable RPG with an open-world, post-apocalyptic kung fu fable fighting system that allows you to blend melee, shooting, and mutant action powers. The countryside is being destroyed by a pestilence, and the Tree of Life is pouring death from its roots. The tribes are split. Explore a tumultuous planet and decide its fate. Will you be its rescuer or bring it to an even worse fate? Biomutant is a third-person action role-playing game set in an open-world setting in which the player controls a mammalian warrior in a world populated with deformed creatures. Players begin by customizing their character's length, body form and thickness, fur, fangs, and a variety of other features that have a direct influence on the statistics of the playable character throughout gameplay. A thicker character is heavier, which slows it down while also allowing it to deal and resist more damage. Developer: Experiment 101. Experiment 101 app. Genre: open world game, action role-playing game. Initial release date: May 25, 2021. Platforms: PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series 10 and Series S, Microsoft Windows. Publisher: THQ Nordic. Mode: single-player video game. Mortal Kombat X blends an unrivaled cinematic presentation with whole new gameplay. For the first time, players may select from a variety of versions of each character, affecting both strategy and combat style. Mortal Kombat X is a fighting video game. NetherRealm Studios created the game, which was released by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. Mortal Kombat X, as the name suggests, is the 10th installment in the Mortal Kombat series. On April 14, 2015, the game was launched on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, as well as PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Android and iOS versions were made available for free in May 2015. Mortal Kombat X, like its predecessors, may be played by 2 players or by 1 player versus the computer. Each player can select a fighting character, each with their own set of techniques and special attacks. The game has numerous modes for the console version. First, there's Story Mode, which takes place 20 years after the previous Mortal Kombat game C-plot section. Second, there is Tower Mode, which offers several difficulties to players. Third, there is an online mode that allows users to compete against other players from all around the world. Fourth, there's Crypt, which lets you explore places and unlock various game goods. Platforms: PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows. Developer: NetherRealm Studios. Initial release date: April 14, 2015. Mode: multiplayer video game. Series: Mortal Kombat. Genre: fighting game, action game. Publisher: Warner Bros. International Enterprises.
From today forward, your lives will be forever changed.
Wei, Jackie Ma, I'm in.
Find a way to make him trust you. We want the Red Poles, the lieutenants, all of them.
Do whatever it takes.
Our brotherhood pays our enemies with pain, suffering, and death. None suffers more than a traitor.
Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. The highly acclaimed, award-winning open-world action adventure has been redesigned, rebuilt, and remastered for a new generation. All 24 previously available DLC extensions, including the story-expanding episode Year of the Snake and the horror-themed Nightmare at North Point, have been merged into the game. Hong Kong has never seemed more lively, despite a slew of new technical, auditory, and visual advancements. The game is set in Hong Kong and combines racing, close combat, and shootouts. Sleeping Dogs follows police officer Wei Shen as he goes undercover in the criminal organization known as the Triad in order to track down one of its factions, the Sun On Yi. As a young mixed-race Chinese-American, Shen fit well in, but he was unsure about whose position or loyalty to offer to the Triads or the police. This game, situated in Hong Kong, will transport players to the city, with an ambience reminiscent of Chinatown's tiny lanes and crowded billboards. This parameter has never been tried in sandbox video games like Grand Theft Auto. The conflicts in this game appear to situate the player in a Hong Kong action film. Themed undercover cop in a criminal organization seeks to prove himself by committing crimes until his cover is discovered and his life is threatened. In terms of gameplay, Sleeping Dogs incorporates elements such as driving and street gunfire. Initial release date, August 14, 2012. Developer, United Front Games, Square Enix Europe, Feral Interactive. Platforms, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox One, Xbox 360, Microsoft Windows, macOS. Series, Sleeping Dogs, True Crime. Genre, Open World Game, Action-Adventure Game. Publisher, Square Enix, Feral Interactive. Mode, Single-Player Video Game.
I'm number one! I'm number one!
นี่อัลฟาประจำตำแหน่งเรียบร้อย
Bandai Namco Entertainment created and released the fighting game Tekken 7. The game is part of the Tekken series and is the first to use the Unreal Engine. The narrative focuses on the circumstances building up to the climactic showdown between martial artist Heihachi Mishima and his son, Kazuya Mishima, and is set shortly after the events of Tekken 6. Tekken 7 incorporates various new fighting system aspects, including as Rage Arts and the Power Crush mechanism, making the game more accessible to newcomers than earlier incarnations in the series. Tekken 7 was a critical and economic success, with more than 6 million copies sold as of September 2020. Despite the fact that Azazel was destroyed by Jin Kazama in Tekken 6, the conflict between Mishima Zaibatsu and G Corporation continues to damage the Earth. The plot of the game is recounted through the eyes of a reporter whose wife and kid are killed in a gun war, prompting him to start writing an exposition on the Mishima Zaibatsu and G Corporation. In Jin's absence, Nina Williams leads the Zaibatsu in an attempt to find him, but Heihachi Mishima exploits the power vacuum and compels Nina to work for him, taking control of the Zaibatsu. Heihachi made a deal with Claudio Serafino, leader of the Strong Serious Marksman organization, to assist him reveal his son, G Corporation Chief Kazuya Mishima, who believes that exposing Kazuya's devil gene will sway public opinion in favor of the Zaibatsu. Claudio detects a strong force in the Far East that is unrelated to Jin or Kazuya. Platforms, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, arcade games. Initial release date, February 18, 2015. Developer, Bandai Namco Entertainment, Bandai Namco Studios. Mode, multiplayer video game. Series, Tekken. Nominated, the Game Award for Best Fighting Game. Genre, fighting games, sports games, beat-em-up, simulation games.
Yes, I can see it. Fate intended for us to meet here.
Wulong, Fallen Dynasty is a dramatic, action-packed narrative about a nameless malicious soldier striving for survival in a dark fantasy version of the later Han Dynasty in which demons terrorize the Three Kingdoms. Players use swordplay based on Chinese martial arts to fend off dangerous animals and opposing soldiers, hoping to beat the odds by awakening the true strengths from inside. Wulong alludes to a crouching dragon as well as an unknown hero or person of renown. This is the narrative of officers who will go on to become heroes during their unknown phase, as well as the story of a protagonist's ascent from obscurity. A brand new gloomy fantasy, Three Kingdoms is an action RPG developed by Team Ninja, the same company that created Nioh. Later Han Dynasty China, 184 AD, chaos and disaster have taken over the land. The long-lasting imperial dynasty is set to come to an end. The book vividly portrays the story of a malicious soldier's arduous battle for existence amid a later Han dynasty infected with demons during the turbulent Three Kingdoms period. It's crazier than ever in the Three Kingdoms. Initial release date, September 16, 2022. Developer, Team Ninja, Koei Tecmo. Mode, multiplayer video game. Platforms, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series 10 and Series S, Microsoft Windows. Publisher, Koei Tecmo, CAG Asia, Koei Tecmo America Corporation. Genre, action role-playing games, fighting games, adventure games, hack and butcher.